Okay, there we go. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the one-on-one talk. It's your boy in the house, Pico Brown, Pico the City Brown, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. We got a good show today, but before we start the show, I need you guys to go to YouTube. If you haven't already, if you haven't already done it, I need you to go. Look, meet you guys on those road me today. I need you guys to go to YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. Pico the City Brown, One-on-One Talk, and PTSD. Those are two different podcasts, but they're on the same platform. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Go to TikTok. I'm also on TikTok. It's Pico City, not Pico the City Brown. It's Pico City on TikTok. Pico the City Brown on YouTube. Go to TikTok, hit that follow button. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Thank you in advance. Appreciate that. And for the ones for the people that already did it, I appreciate you guys for that. I appreciate everybody for watching my content. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I really mean that because, hey, if it wasn't for you guys watching, I wouldn't have nothing to get the feedback on. I'd just be talking to dead air. But thank you guys. Appreciate that. So I think it was last week. No, actually it was one of those days. I can't remember. I did a show on toxic women, and it went pretty good. Actually, it went pretty good. But today, I have to talk about my own kind of toxic men in relationships. Well, I don't even say relationship. I'm just gonna say toxic men, just like I'm just gonna say toxic women. You don't necessarily have to be in a relationship to have somebody toxic. So, toxic men, and how can you go about? In other words, how can you go about finding them? What can you do to stay away from these guys? I think I'm calling that right. But you have toxic men just like you have toxic women just like you have toxic men. They're everywhere. They come in all shape, form, and sizes, just like anything else. Yeah, all races. There are toxic men in this world, whether we like it or not. We can't always put the blame on the sisters. We just can't do that because that wouldn't be fair to them. Because you have man and woman in the world now, so you just can't say all women are toxic or nothing like that, because they're toxic men too. And it wouldn't be right if I just did a show on just toxic women and don't hit the other side, get the other side of the story across. So let this down a little bit. Sorry about that. So yeah, toxic men. These guys pretty much wear their hearts on their sleeves. I'm not saying don't be a hopeless romantic. If that's what you want to be, then by all means you can do that. But a toxic man, they're abusive as hell. They're always right no matter what they do. It can be wrong, but they're always right. They're always combative with women. They always want to get their point across no matter what. They will bring you down. Well, I can't say they bring men down, but I'm going to use the opposite sex. So they bring women down. Okay, they tell them what they want to hear, and if a woman make up their mind to leave or something, then it's a consequence behind it. Either they gonna beat you up, they gonna do their dirt, but if you do your dirt, they gonna try to confront you like if you're the devil alone and you. I'm not saying he had anything to do with the woman cheating, but they gonna confront you as if they're picture perfect. You know, I don't do this, I don't do that, and you got proof that this guy is screwing the freaking nation, but he can say, you know, do as I say, not as I do. No, that goes for both. That goes for man and woman. If you're in a relationship, a faithful relationship, if you have respect for that person, you can't cheat on them. That's with any man. You can't cheat, and if she catches you, you want to go upside her head, or I'm sorry, I almost knocked this thing down. You want to go upside her head, or confront her, or bring up her past. Well, you remember I wouldn't have did it if you wouldn't have did this and this. Remember the dudes I caught you with? Those are toxic men that can't hold their own. I'm not going to say men that don't take care of their kids, because that's pretty much not a toxic trait. But if you want to say it is, hey, it is what it is. But when you're in a relationship with a woman, it's a two-way street. It's not just your way or that's it. Sometimes sometimes if she's speaking with knowledge and truth, it's okay to listen to her. It's even okay to take advice from her. I'm not saying don't take advice from no woman. Woman is second. No, I'm not saying that, because sometimes if they're led in the right mind and spirit, they actually give pretty good advice. There's nothing wrong with that. But these guys that's wearing their hearts on their sleeves, man, you gotta stop. That's why so much these brothers are unaliving each other, because these are toxic men. They can't sit with one man or a group of men to have a decent conversation. I'm not going to say a decent conversation, a respectful conversation. Without toxic people are the direct indicator of lack of identity. There's no evidence to justify their understandings. There's no room to be safe, aware for a change. You're right. You're absolutely right. Because toxic people, most toxic people don't want to change. And that's not just I'm not talking about the women today. I'm talking about the broskies. Most toxic men don't want to change because it's the mindset they grew up around. You know, they saw their fathers beating their mothers up, or having all type of women in and out the house, and their fathers telling them, you know, women is only good for one thing. Those young men will grow up to have toxic tendencies like the father or whoever's raising, the uncle or brothers, whatever. How about the men that don't want you around your family, want you all to themselves? Yeah, I'm getting to that. So, yeah, most toxic people don't want to change what they are. It's like I said, it's their way or the highway. And a lot of times, when I say stuff like that, because I want to clear this up, because I said that a couple of times about me, it's my way or the highway. When I'm talking to me, I'm talking in the phrase of righteousness. You know, if I'm doing something according to the scriptures, or I'm trying to provide a way for both of us the right way, and if you come talking crazy, that's what I mean when I say it's my way or the highway. I'm not going to compromise with you because what you're saying is foolish. But I just wanted to clear that up, because people say, well, you say your way or the highway all the time. That's what I mean by that. If you can't have a respectful conversation with me or get down to the point, we can even be mad at each other. But once that violence kick in and you want to start throwing stuff, you got to go. You've got to go. But as I was saying, as Mr. Rose just saying, the men that want to just keep you to themselves, which is pretty much a good thing. But I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like friends and family. They always want to be like, no, don't go out, do this and that. They insecure with their own self. And yes, those are still traits, brothers, whether we like it or not. Those are still traits of a toxic man. There is. Because she might not want to be around you all day. She have a life other than a boyfriend. I can't say other than a husband, because husband is your life. So I'll just use boyfriend. But sometimes even a wife got to get away. Sometimes let her go over her sisters or her friends. If they doing something that's making sense out of things, then by all means go ahead. Hey, look, if y'all talking about this, that, and if it's on point or a decent conversation, let me know what happened when you get back. I love you, kiss you on the lip, kiss you on the jaw, whatever. I'll see you get back. I'm gonna pray for you while you're out there. That's all we can do. We can't be always demanding respect from these sisters, but we don't give respect to the sisters. We can't do that, because although men are the leaders and the head of the household and builders of things like that, you still got to look at, these are women, man. These are women. We can't mistreat women, although most women, I ain't gonna say most of them, but a lot of women mistreat themselves. There's nothing wrong with going to a woman that's being misled and trying to give her a helping hand. Like, hey, babe, you know what? That's not the way to go. You ain't got to do that no more. Even if we don't, even if we're not together, you ain't got to do that no more. You know, there's a better way. It's a strategy to strangulate you to follow their program. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. I was saying that earlier. It's if you have your own mind, 9 times out of 10, the toxic man can't control you. In some cases with men, I must say, not all men, because I would never put all men in a category, just like I don't put all women in a category, but most men want to control situations that don't even need to be controlled. It don't. It really don't. They want to control everything. Like, no, she got a life, man. She got a life just like you got a life. And God forbid, if you two aren't even married, y'all just dating, and he's He's showing you his true colors already. You're like, damn, bro, what the hell, man? These are signs of toxic men. If a man come to you, I mean, I ain't gonna say come to you. If you're dealing with a man and you seeing his true colors and you say, well, you know, I'll brush it off. And he get to talking like, hey, you know what? If I can't have you, nobody will. Believe me when I say this, ladies. Please hear me out loud and clear. Leave. Because there's going to come a time when he's actually going to put that to the test. Now, I'm not saying in all cases that happen, but you pretty much know a violent guy. If you're around a violent guy for so many years, you know what he's capable of doing. I'll just be honest. So these men will likely take you off the earth, and they don't feel any remorse about it, just because you didn't want to be with him no more, or you speaking your voice, or he's jumping on you and you got to defend yourself back. That's what you call a punk, man. He's a what they call it, a simp. He's a simp. He's a punk because, first of all, a man shouldn't really be jumping on women anyway. You can argue till the cows come home. We can sit up and argue from the lobby to the roof, but the minute I say something else and you get me to the point when I have to reach back and punch you and I'm not man enough to leave and like, you know what, that you ain't even have to say that. I'm out of here. I'll be back probably in a couple of hours or something. I gotta go get some air. And you reaching back and you punching her, because when you punch a woman, pretty much what it is when you're doing evil things, the devil pretty much take over. Next thing you know, you beating her like you beating a man. You may kill her. And then you got the men that beat women and they go out to their friends and brag about it. Oh man, I beat her, such as a man. I told you, man, you ain't gotta stand for that. No, man. That woman you just beat up, she probably got some brothers. And she might call her brothers up, and then it's gonna be a big problem. But we gotta be careful. Women, you have to be careful with the company you keep when it comes to men. And you have to be careful who you're dating, because these men will turn. Remember, we're living in the last days. Long story short, I'll break it down in terms that people understand. We're living in a world where everything is pretty much, it's like 95% heartless people in the world. Or 90% heartless, 10% good or 5% good. These brothers today really don't care about going upside your head. They don't. And if you crazy enough for a man to sit up there and beat the crap out of you, and you stay with him and try to make excuses, you're just as toxic as he is. Because misery loves company. If a man got to put his hands on you to show his love and appreciation, or baby, you know I love you, it'll never happen again, or you push me to that, but so that's my proof of love for you. That's a toxic bro, man. I'm just gonna be honest about it, ladies. That's a toxic man. And a lot of women, we get baited into, I say we like I'm a woman. What? A lot of women, y'all get baited into this trap because the illusion he's spitting to you is so real. You think, you like, man, he'll never do this. But when the first time he do it, best believe there's a good percentage he may do it again. He may do it again. So it's up to you to take the final bow and say, you know what, I can't do this no more. Leave. Either you're going to leave when he's at work, or just take stuff out slowly but surely. But you have to get away from that, because ain't nothing pretty about your family coming to see you in a box. That's nothing pretty about that. Natural causes, okay, I understand that. But if this man taking your life because he's too much of a punk to let you go because he's not treating you well, 9 times out of 10, that only means he's scared you're going to go out there and find somebody that's way better than he is. And he can't take that chance, because sometimes in some cases, men got this pride thing. And pride gets you nowhere, man. We're not supposed to be proud anyway. We're not supposed to be proud people like that anyway. So, to all the fellas, I'm sorry, man. I mean, no, but then again, I'm not sorry, because the truth got to be told. I'm not saying, I would never say, treat her like a queen. First of all, we don't even know how to treat a queen. None of us ever dated a queen or a king that I know of. So just treat her with respect. You know, if that's the person you want to be with for the rest of your life, or that's the person you're dating right now, show her some respect. You got to show respect. That's the person you chose. That's the person you chose, man. Even if you get her pregnant, and you're not even with her anymore. Y'all just got a baby, and y'all came to agreement like, hey, it ain't working. I'm going this way, you going that way. You still got to treat that woman with respect. Because I didn't see in no book, no Bible, no news, no anything when God, if God said it, which I know He didn't, or somebody wrote a newspaper, treat a woman great until you have a child with her, then you can treat her like dirt. No, you have to treat her great. Treat it as if you never had the child. Simple. I'm not saying fall head over heels, but treat her with respect. You know, by us as men. Do you know if you have a baby by a woman and y'all go y'all separate ways, y'all still supposed to be cool with each other? Because that child is here now. That child has to see some type of manhood from the father to shine off the mother. You ain't got to live in a house with her. You can go on get on with your life, but you gotta respect her, man. You gotta respect her. These are traits and signs of toxic men. And believe it or not, just because we can look outside and say, oh man, women is this and women is that, you got brothers just as bad. Yes, men can be emotional abusive, which can be worse than physical. Yeah, physical. Well, in some cases, you're right, Gina, because some women, well, I know a lot of women that really can't handle the emotional abuse, but the physical abuse is all, to me, the physical abuse is way worse because you got to walk around with your eye hanging out your head. But emotional abuse, that actually, well, to be honest with you, I'll just put it to you like this. Physical abuse can be seen. Emotional abuse can be hid so well that sometimes you might want to end your, that might want to take your life. So both of them are worse, but I will agree with you on that. Emotional abuse is much worse than physical abuse. So now that I think about it, it is. So it's not the fact that she's just leaving off GP. Some women do leave men off GP and hurt their feelings, but guess what? That's what you call life. Everybody's going to get hurt in this life, whether we like it or not. All of us, me, you guys, everybody hurts sometime. It can be a relationship, it can be something sentimental. Everybody hurts. But you shouldn't get to a point where she's trying to leave and you know she's trying to better herself, and now you want to jump on her or start feeding her wolf tickets. No, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I promise I'll never hit you again. You're on your knees crying and begging, oh, baby, please don't. Please, baby, please. And she forgives you. Okay, fine. All right, we're working out. We're going to try to get over this hump. And you call her phone for about 2 weeks and she don't pick up at the drop of a dime. Now you at home with a head full of demons in your head talking to you like, dude, I told you she was gonna do it again. She out sleeping with that dude again. And she's probably not even on none of that. You come in the house, he ready, where you been? Oh, I was out with my friend. You a damn like you ain't answer your phone. I didn't answer my phone because we was at the show. Did you get the message I text? I text you, I'll call you back. Yeah, you only called me back because you text me that because you was over that dude house. And Satan is right behind him, pushing him like, come on, here goes some more toxic. Here goes some more toxic. Here goes some more toxic. And then you do something you regret. And then when you go upside her head, the first thing she gonna think was, you know what? I gave this dude a chance again, and he did the exact same thing he said he wasn't gonna do. Yeah. Tanisha, I said that. I don't think he was in here. Yeah, blame her for his bad decisions. You know, why are you blaming? You made that decision. She ain't had nothing to do with that decision, but you want to take it out on her. And that could be anything. That could be sleep with another woman. That could be bills. That could be anything. Well, I wouldn't have did it if you wasn't cool with your baby daddy like that. I don't know what y'all doing. So, I did it. I slept with a girl, but who you sleeping with? And come to find out she ain't sleeping with nobody. And then all you can say is, oh, I'm sorry. But you just ridiculed her. You tore her down. I mean, you made her feel like trash that's out in the alleys. Not even the trash in the garbage cans, because the trash in the alley is way worse than the trash in the garbage cans, people. I know it sounds weird, but it is. Because in the alley, anything's in the alley. So, toxic, look, I can't even say the word. Toxic people aren't just women. You got toxic men that like to be in control of the situations. They want to be controlling. Those are toxic men. And believe me, take my advice. Take my advice. Do not get into a relationship with a toxic man. That go for you and all of y'all. Friends, foes, people that's listening, people that's going to listen later on. I don't know. But don't ever get into a relationship with a toxic man, because there's different levels to this stuff. There's different levels to this stuff. He can't even have a decent conversation without cursing at you. How many of us know men that describe their women? Yeah, my B is at the crib, and dude, that's a toxic man. It might not look like it is because he's just saying words, but everything carries a spirit, whether we like it or not, man. Everything carries a spirit. So hey, look, I'm just being honest, man. And I'm not trying to pour salt on nobody's wounds. We got a lot of toxic brothers in the world. We got a lot of them. I did the live on the toxic sisters. It even goes back to the brothers. Brothers make up stuff just to prove a point. Just to prove a point. Take, for instance, look at the five cops that just killed the brother, Tyreek. Look at them. Now, it was a theory of mine, and me and a friend of mine talked about this. It was a theory, and we heard about it, but now it came out. It was the way the boy got beat up. It was personal. That's what you call a toxic man, because they can't control their emotions. And if they can't control their emotions, somebody got to go down. So him and his goons went, snatched the boy out of his car. He probably knew who the boy car was anyway. On the word flag, okay, I'll get to that. Hold on a second. Snatched the boy out of his car, beat him up. Now the truth is coming out. Well, allegedly, I'm not gonna say it's true, but if it is, it's gonna come out. The brother, I think they said his baby mama worked at FedEx or one of them with the boy, and he was digging on her. I don't know if they was messing around or something, and he found out. So he beat the guy up, took pictures of the boy body on the floor, and sent the pictures to her. In other words, you see what I did to him, right? That's pretty much all he's saying. Toxic brothers, man. These are toxic men. He didn't take it out on her, but he took it out on him. Now that young brother's gone, all because this man can't control his emotions. That's why men are not supposed to be emotional like that, ladies. I'm not saying don't be emotional, because all of us are human. We all got flesh and blood. But we can't be emotional like ladies, because if men get too emotional, bad things happen. Of course, Trina, of course. Toxic men always, because toxic men are like wolves. They stick together. These are the ones that always got something to say all the time. But man, my girl, man, if she leave me, it's going to be a problem. And they actually mean that stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. We know a lot of brothers. No brothers, we didn't grew up with these guys, we done hung out with them. Some of us are family related. Some of them are family related. We know some of these brothers that be beating the crap out these girls, but what do? We just sit back and like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Which is true, you don't. But it don't hurt to go over there and say, bro, you ain't even got to do that, man. Oh man, she disrespected me. How she disrespect you? Because she's trying to talk to you and you ain't trying to hear what she got to say. So now she disrespects you, so now you got to go upside her head. These are traits of toxic men. But I'm sorry, DeRobian, don't ignore the red flags. Don't get married. It won't change it. Of course. Man, I couldn't have said that better. Most women, and I'm not throwing this conversation back on women, I'm just using you guys as an example right now. Most women know these guys are bad from day one. Or I'll just sweet the deal a little bit. 6 months or a year, 2 years, they know these guys are bad. They see the traits. They see what's going on. And they turn right around and marry these men. Like he gonna say, well, you know what? I marry you, so all the toxicity I got is gonna go out the window. No, it don't work like that. Now he really got you. Now he's gonna feed you all type of stuff. Oh, you ain't never leaving me. Believe me, y'all. If a man says that, and you know he don't joke around like that, you can tell when somebody's serious. I can say that to my girlfriend or whatever. Oh, girl, you crazy? You leave me, it's gonna be a problem. She know I'm joking. Or anybody ever dealt with, they know I'm joking. Or my guys, man, you know what you do this, boy? It's gonna, man, look, you do this or whatever, it's gonna be a problem. They know I'm joking. But for some strange reason, women take that as a thing that they can turn it around and say, you know what, I can change him. You can't change people, man. Only person can change a person is the Lord himself. And if these men don't have the fear of God in them, know nothing about church, because if you have the fear in God in you and you know something about church, those two combinations right there would teach you how to be right for a woman, to teach you how to treat a woman. So they ain't got nothing to lose, and they ain't doing nothing wrong anyway. What they care for? Oh, hey, does somebody remember the doorbell? I'm sorry. The topic is toxic men today, because I did one on toxic women. I'm talking about toxic men. You know, these guys that want to hang out in the street all day long, hang on the corners, and and women, y'all get pregnant by these men. What do you think you're gonna bring into the world? And then when he say, "Oh man, you crazy? I mean, I ain't got time for this. I'm out of here." Don't get hurt, because guess whose fault it is? It's your fault. You got pregnant by a toxic man. So guess what? Expect him not to be there. Expect him not to be there. That's just how it goes. I don't know why people can be in toxic relationships like that. I don't know, because even, you know what, put it this way, even if she's toxic, one of y'all gotta have some sense. Maybe you, by her being toxic, by me being the man, I want to be the leader, I want to be the head of the household. It ain't just do as I say. No, you can't do this, you can't do that. I pay these bills. Dude, being a leader is a big freaking responsibility. You gotta know when and where to strike, man. You just can't be just jumping up and doing things. No, I say this is what I say go. No, man. No. She got a voice just like you do. And some of us men, toxic men, we take that leadership and try to run with it. Oh, God made me the leader. No, God didn't make you the leader. In that case, you be leader over everybody. No, there's ways to this. You're the leader of that household, but you have to still do it with him in the picture. That's what that means. So if you got a good man at home, and there's a lot of good men out here. I talk to a lot of good men. I talk to a lot of them. I mean, hey, I have two podcasts. Intimate Room is, I'm on that podcast, but it's a lot of stuff. A lot of times I talk to people, I don't air it. I don't even record it. But see, the thing about me is I know how to get to people. I used to be in a toxic relationship for 6 years. Now I ask myself, what the hell was wrong with me? Never again. There you go. There you go. It's pretty much it. Most good women, because I'm not going to use the toxic women no more, because I did that already. But most good women, most of them, well, I ain't gonna say most of them, I'll just say there's a good percentage of women that's in toxic relationship with men, and they just don't want to leave. But you have to leave, because one day he may take that anger to a whole nother level and put you in a box. We see it all the time on TV. You know, a woman could be out walking down the street, and the guy can be talking to her, and he see the wrong thing. Okay, man, he's already mad at you, so he'll just wait. He'll come to your house and get rid of you just because of an assumption. You know how many women are in the coffins because of an assumption? Why? It ain't even. Look, my old man always taught me this. My father taught me this. My mother taught me this. My brothers taught me this. The OGs in my old neighborhood taught me this. If you with a woman and you have to be toxic, well, they didn't use toxic back in the days. They just said, if you with a woman and you have to abuse her, you don't need to be with her. You don't. Because there's no such thing in saying, I'm a toxic brother for her, but the next relationship I get into, I ain't gonna be toxic to her. No, man, being toxic in the black community is like freaking hereditary, man. You know, he's known for beating up women, so why get with him? Why get with him? Because he look good and he got long hair? That ain't no reason. Just because he look good and got long hair, you gonna be in the bed next to the other woman he just put in the hospital. So, hey, look, long story short, leave these toxic brothers alone. Leave them alone. They may look good to you and they may got swag, but leave them alone. Please leave them alone. Toxic. You move in with her. She's at work. You sitting on your butt all day, smoking weed. She come in the house. You got all your homies in her house. These are toxic traits, man. I'm telling you, these are men that's toxic. And you scared to say something because these guys look like they just did 30 years and they out sitting on your couch and stuff. You come in the house, all you see is a cloud of smoke. And you call him to the back or wait for them to leave. And you say, man, come on, baby. I don't even know these dudes. I don't want these guys in my house. Oh, here you go again with that crap, man. I pay rent too. Okay, fine, you pay rent, but you gotta respect where you live. You have to respect where you live, man. Especially if you don't live there and you just like spending time over there, and she come home and all these cats in her house, that's gonna scare the hell out of her. These are signs of toxic men because they think just because they there, they control the situation. That's what they think. That's not true. That's just what they think. And just like Trina said earlier, toxic brothers hang around other toxic brothers to egg them on to do stupid things. If me, I just take me for instance. If I'm in a relationship and I'm toxic to her, and I go and I beat her up or belittle her, talk all type of stuff to her, just make her feel like an ant. She's somewhere balled up in the corner crying, and I'm like, yeah, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I thought so. I proved my point. And I walk out, and I'm going over to my buddy's house or meeting him at a bar or something, anything, whatever. And man, what happened? Man, she got on my nerve, man. Man, what happened? Man, look. Man, I beat the hell out of her, man. I made her feel like nothing. Oh, man, that's what's up, man. My nigga, man. That's how you supposed to do. Them niggas just as toxic as you are. No man is going to sit down and listen to those conversations. If you're wrong, me as being a man, and if a toxic man, if my buddy that didn't know nothing about that, he hear that, by him being a man, he got to come to me man and man. He can do it in front of the other boys, or he can pull me to the side and be like, Pico, what the hell you doing, man? Oh, man, she get on my nerves. She talk too much, man. She always bringing up these other women and stuff like that. And I know that you just left a girl house yesterday. By me being a man, like, bro, you wrong for that, man. Look, man, you know you wrong. You don't do her like that. You live with her, man. You live with her. You don't bring your crap home to where you live at. You don't do that. Now she's at home, beat up, sitting on the floor, having battles with herself in her head. Should I stay? Should I go? If I stay, there's a good chance this is gonna happen again. If I go, and this is what I understand, if I go, I might not find nobody like him. You might not want to find nobody like him, because he's not the only toxic man. There's a lot of toxic brothers in the world, man. A whole bunch of them. The percentage is big, but for some strange reason, us bros, sometimes they want to take that and run with it. You know, it's all a game sometimes, man, till somebody get hurt or injured. But when you're in front of that, and when you're in front of the judge, and you got to do 5-10 years for beating her up or whatever, now you want to go and cry in front of everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you shouldn't have did it in the first place, because guess what? Just because you see it in the household, that don't mean you grow up to do it. And just because you didn't see it in the household, that don't mean you grow up to do it. You got a lot of people out here that was raised in a two-parent home. Great home, great boundaries, great standards, great grounds to stand on. Their father taught them right, their mama taught them right. They grow up, get in the street. Goes to show you how sin can pretty much take over anything you do. The right words go in the wrong ear. The wrong words go in the right ear. And now guess what? Now you want to live like them. You want to go home and beat her up. You want to go home and belittle her. You want to go home and just do what you want to do in somebody else's house you don't even pay bills in. And the minute she say something, Oh, now you tripping. You just like the other bees I was talking to, man. Oh, you tripping, you this. But what dirt have you did? I'm not saying this is true in all cases. I would never say that, but what did you do? Sometimes it's just best to be quiet. If you want to leave the past alone, guess what? She cheated on you. You cheated on her. Y'all got even with each other. What you're not supposed to. I'm just using this example. It's done. If she comes to you and say, well, you know what, blah, blah, this, that, blah, 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 we put all this together now, so we good. We ain't got to talk about it no more. Let it go. Okay, it's done. It's done. But if he keeps bringing it up, yep, just going to Bama chain with a T on it, because he's toxic like the next man. He's looking for stuff. He's trying to pick a fight with you. And it shouldn't even be like that. I'm not saying women don't do dirt. I'm not saying women aren't toxic, because toxicity goes both ways. Toxicity is not prejudice. It gets in everybody. It gets in all of us. But suppose just for a second that she is innocent. She probably didn't do anything. But us, I'm the man. I'm usually never wrong about these situations because I'm a man. God made me the man. I'm the head of the household. So you have to do as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. And now she's scared as hell of you. She's actually petrified of you. Who wants to be in something like that? And you thinking you just the coldest thing ever since sliced bread. Oh yeah, she's scared of me, man. She be a man. Look, she say anything to me, she know I'll pop her. Or pulling guns out on your girlfriend. How many times have we seen that on Facebook? Oh, you gonna do this? You gonna leave me? All right, watch this. Don't shoot her, but shoot up in the air. Dude, you pulling a gun out on your girlfriend. How stupid is that? It shouldn't even get to that point. If you're a toxic brother and you know it ain't working out, you know you a no good brother, you know you got 800 girlfriends, you